Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. The Bloodline saga in WWE has taken a significant turn following the loss of Solo Sikoa's Bloodline faction against the OG Bloodline and CM Punk at Survivor Series. The War Games match delivered several unforgettable moments, culminating in Solo being annihilated by all 5 members of the babyface team. With the self-proclaimed tribal chief seemingly losing all his momentum, he may need a new strategy to rebuild his faction. This has sparked speculation that Solo could soon introduce his own Wiseman to strengthen his bloodline. Roman Reigns' Wiseman Paul Heyman has already returned to support the OG bloodline. This sparked speculation that Armando Estrada might step into the role of special counsel for Sikoa. This twist could be revealed through an angle where Estrada orchestrates an attack on Paul Heyman, cementing his allegiance to Sikoa. For those unfamiliar, Armando Estrada is currently signed to a Legends deal with WWE, making his involvement in an active storyline a realistic possibility. Estrada's history with the late great Umaga adds a deeper layer to the narrative. As the former manager of Umaga, Estrada's connection to Solo, who pays homage to his uncle through his Samoan Spike, would add emotional heft to the storyline. This potential development could serve as a compelling way to reinvigorate Solo Sikoa's bloodline faction. It remains to be seen how WWE will address the aftermath of Sikoa's loss at Survivor Series. Solo Sikoa might issue a major challenge to Roman Reigns on an upcoming episode of WWE SmackDown. After his loss at Survivor Series War Games, Solo Sikoa might take a bold step by issuing a significant challenge to Roman Reigns. The self-proclaimed tribal chief is unlikely to accept his defeat lightly and could argue that Roman's victory was only possible due to the overwhelming support of his allies. This could lead Solo to challenge Roman Reigns to a one-on-one match, claiming he can defeat the original tribal chief in a fair singles showdown. The timing of this challenge aligns perfectly with the upcoming Saturday night's main event, which already boasts a lineup of several high-profile matches. Adding Solo versus Roman to the card would undoubtedly enhance the event's appeal while furthering the bloodline storyline. A singles match between Roman and Solo would serve as an ideal way for WWE to deepen the bloodline drama without requiring the immediate involvement of The Rock. The upcoming episode of WWE SmackDown will likely shed more light on the future direction of this saga. Wrestling Personality has a major hint on what Paul Heyman's favor to CM Punk could be. Everybody is wondering what Paul Heyman's favor to CM Punk is following his successful effort at Survivor Series War Games. A major wrestling personality has a big hint about it. On the latest Not Sam Wrestling podcast, Sam Roberts discussed the fallout of Survivor Series War Games and what the favor could be that Paul Heyman granted to CM Punk. Sam Roberts said that he believes that the favor will be that if or when Roman Reigns regains the undisputed WWE Championship, CM Punk will get a title shot with no questions asked. The wrestling personality went on to express how he doesn't believe Reigns will be winning the undisputed WWE title anytime soon, but the fact is that the seeds were planted in the story for a future match. Roberts believes that this could be where the straight-edge superstar gets his favor. You told me not to worry about War Games. Now War Games is over, so what's the favor? I personally still believe, as I believed after watching Survivor Series, the favor is going to end up being my tribal chief. The favor is that if and when you reclaim the WWE Championship, nay, your WWE Championship, then CM Punk will be able to call in an opportunity at the championship whenever he desires. 1507 to 1544. The Second City Saint is looking to wrap up the year with a bang, and he is already thinking about the road to WrestleMania that begins at the Royal Rumble. He stated that, as of now, he is unsure if his road to Mania will be through the Royal Rumble or perhaps even the Elimination Chamber. On Raw, CM Punk stated his interest in WrestleMania 41, even without the sign hanging as it usually does from the Royal Rumble onwards. The best in the world hinted that his favor could have something to do with WrestleMania, with Paul Heyman presumably pulling the strings. It will be interesting to see what WWE has planned for Las Vegas next April. With 2 nights, there's still a chance that Punk will headline the show, as he was originally scheduled to headline Night 1 at WrestleMania 40 against Seth Rollins. All directions seem to point towards him, facing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 41. And should he be fit, fans will hope that he will get that Night 1 main event spot. It all depends on what WWE has planned for Night 2, especially involving Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and The Rock. In the intricate storytelling universe of WWE, few factions have captured fan attention quite like the Bloodline. As Roman Reigns continues his sporadic appearances, tensions within his once dominant family are brewing. Solo Sikoa, known as the Enforcer, has quietly been positioning himself as more than just a loyal soldier. Recent whispers in the wrestling community suggest that Solo could be preparing to unveil a game-changing move, introducing a new Wiseman, someone from WWE's storied past, who might shake the Bloodline's foundations and even turn on Paul Heyman. The seeds of dissent. Over the past year, Solo Sikoa has evolved from a silent powerhouse to a complex character, displaying signs of individuality and ambition. His subtle side glances at Heyman during Bloodline segments, coupled with his growing dominance in matches, have fans speculating whether the youngest USO is planning to carve his own path. While Roman Reigns' presence often overshadows others, Solo's quiet rebellion has gone unnoticed by the tribal chief, but not by Heyman. Heyman, always one step ahead, likely senses the shift. However, his focus remains on maintaining Roman's empire, potentially leaving Solo feeling undervalued. Enter the possibility of a new mentor, a secret Wiseman, who could guide Solo in his quest to step out of Roman's shadow. Who could be Solo's new Wiseman? The WWE has a rich history of managers, advocates, and mentors, but the idea of bringing back a figure with a decade-long absence adds an air of mystery. While there are numerous candidates, a few stand out as compelling choices. 1. Eric Bischoff. A name synonymous with chaos and controversy. Eric Bischoff hasn't been a regular WWE presence since his brief tenure as executive director of SmackDown. Bischoff's cunning and experience make him a perfect foil for Heyman. Imagine Bischoff returning, claiming to have discovered Solo Sikoa's potential and aligning with him to dismantle the Bloodline. His history with Heyman adds layers to this feud, as the two could reignite their classic rivalry. 2. Zeb Colter, Dutch Mantel. Known for his managerial prowess, Zeb Colter could be a dark horse in this scenario. His storytelling ability and gravitas would complement Solo's intense demeanor. Colter's return could be framed as a quest to expose Heyman's manipulative ways, portraying himself as a truth-teller who seeks justice for talents like Solo. 3. William Regal. Though currently tied to backstage roles, William Regal's on-screen presence has always been magnetic. His alignment with Solo would bring a sense of legitimacy and strategy, framing Solo as a cerebral powerhouse rather than just brute strength. Regal's involvement would also generate buzz due to his history with the wrestling industry and his absence from WWE storylines. The return and betrayal. The introduction of Solo's new Wiseman could play out in a dramatic fashion on SmackDown. As Heyman delivers another monologue praising Roman Reigns, Solo could interrupt, signaling his dissatisfaction. The tension builds as Heyman attempts to pacify him, only for the arena lights to dim and a familiar entrance theme to hit. The returning Wiseman steps out, greeted by a thunderous ovation from the WWE Universe. They waste no time in making their intentions clear, cutting a scathing promo on Heyman's perceived failures. The climax comes when Solo, in a shocking act of defiance, delivers a devastating Samoan spike to Heyman, symbolizing his break from the Bloodline's control. This betrayal would mark the beginning of a new era for Solo, positioning him as a standalone threat with a seasoned mentor guiding his path. It also sets the stage for Roman's eventual return, where he must reckon with the disintegration of his empire. Potential storyline directions. 1. Solo versus Roman Reigns. With Solo breaking away from the Bloodline, the natural progression would lead to a clash between him and Roman. The tribal chief could return to restore order, only to find himself facing an empowered Solo, backed by his new Wiseman. The battle for dominance within the family could culminate in a high-stakes match at a major pay-per-view. 2. Paul Heyman's revenge. Heyman is not one to take betrayal lightly. After recovering from the attack, he could align with another superstar to dismantle Solo's momentum. This would add a layer of complexity to the feud, as Heyman's history of mentoring top talents could bring unexpected alliances into the mix. 3. The Bloodline's rebirth. Solo's defection could force Roman to rethink his leadership style. This storyline could see the tribal chief recruiting new members to rebuild the bloodline, creating a fresh dynamic and introducing new faces to the main event scene. Chances of this scenario unfolding. While WWE thrives on unpredictability, the odds of a decade-absent manager returning as Solo's Wiseman depend on several factors. Fan interest. WWE gauges audience reactions to determine the viability of storylines. Solo's rising popularity and fans' appetite for fresh bloodline drama make this scenario plausible. Availability of the talent. The chosen Wiseman must be available and willing to return to WWE programming. This could involve negotiating contracts or working around existing commitments. Long-term plans. WWE's creative team must see value in Solo's push and the potential feud with Heyman. If the goal is to elevate Solo to main event status, this storyline provides a compelling path. The impact on WWE. Introducing a new Wiseman for Solo Sikoa would have far-reaching implications. 1. Elevating Solo. This storyline could cement Solo as a top-tier star, capable of headlining major events and carrying compelling feuds. 2. Revitalizing Heyman. Heyman thrives in adversarial roles. A feud with Solo and his Wiseman would rejuvenate his character, giving him a new challenge beyond Roman's orbit. 3. Expanding the Bloodline saga. The Bloodline story has been WWE's crown jewel, and this twist would ensure its longevity, keeping fans invested in its evolving narrative. Fan reactions and predictions. The WWE Universe thrives on surprises, and the return of a legendary manager would undoubtedly generate excitement. Social media would explode with speculation about the Wiseman's identity and the ramifications of Solo's betrayal. While some fans might question the need for a mentor figure, others would embrace the move as a fresh direction for Solo's character. In conclusion, Solo Sikoa's potential partnership with a secret Wiseman to attack Paul Heyman is the kind of bold, high-stakes storytelling that WWE excels at. It leverages Solo's rising star power, injects new life into the Bloodline saga, and provides a platform for a returning legend to make an unforgettable impact. Whether this scenario unfolds remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the road ahead for Solo Sikoa is paved with intrigue and possibility.